What's up, Scorpio? This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your energies starting next week, March 31st, 2025. Scorpio, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I appreciate you. Um, the deck that I'll be using to deliver your messages this week, Scorpio, will be listed in the description box. We're just going to shuffle and cleanse the energies from Dawn Libra's messages for the week, and we shall begin. Okay, what is the energy here for Scorpio? Happy April Fool's Day, everyone. Celebrates April Fools as well. Energies for Scorpio. The potential energy to come towards Scorpio. Oops. All right, what can I tell Scorpio? All right, here we go, Scorpio. We're going to cut and begin your messages. Very first card for you, Scorpio. We're going to start off with the Four of Cups. So, Four of Cups is actually pretty good to start off with because it's a card of socializing, right? Even number of cups. So on an emotional scale, what you give is what you're going to get back. Interacting with family members, of course, friends, as well as platonic. I'm sorry, is yeah, platonic friendships, family members, and romantic partnerships. I don't know why I screwed that up, but anyway. This also could be for some Scorpios that I'm reading for in the form of celebrating birthdays and anniversaries. Definitely spending quality time with significant others. The celebrations could be taking place at diners and restaurants, as I always say. Also, too, it could be any forms of double dating. Okay, so there's a need to celebrate and celebrate amongst those people that are closest to you. Could be people that you newly meet as well. Okay, so that is the Four of Cups. Just, you have to keep in mind that the Four of Cups is about still love and relationships as well as connections. Now we have the Six of Pentacles. I had to read the Pentacles because there was nothing written on the card here. Six of Pentacles is a card of charity and gift giving. So you may be giving someone a gift this week, Scorpio, or you could be the one who is receiving a gift. You also could be the Scorpio that receives a modest pay raise. And then also too, for any Scorpio who may have received any slight in the past. The apology may be coming forth to you this week. All right, that's the Six of Pentacles. Up next, now we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords here. She's tied up. She's bandaged. She got the blindfold on. And, I always say to be careful here with the Eight of Swords. If it does express itself towards you this week, Scorpio, I will throw a clarifier on that Eight of Swords. But the typical meanings of the Eight of Swords is having to worry, be fearful, anxious, nervous, possibly not sleeping well, at night. And then also, too, it could be, I regard the Eight of Swords that there could be some sort of break in communication with family members, friends, romantic partners, whether it's, they are at a distance or not. Okay. The trick end of the Eight of Swords is you have to be careful that you're not ingesting your mind with unnecessary thinking and stuff like that. Thinking about something specific could be involving a situation or a person, and then you're already doing that role play in your head in terms of a outcome. Don't do that, because 9 times out of 10, whatever it is that you could be stressing yourself out about doesn't seem to come to how you played it out in your head. So be very, very careful not to engage in that type of activity. But however, if you are dealing with the Eight of Swords, work on those conflicting energies, Scorpio. Reduce the tension. It mirrors over here to the Four of Cups, which is still a good card, but it could be that there's some sort of tension going on, not only with family members, romantic partners, but then there's the Six of Pentacles in the middle. It could be having to deal with co-workers as well. All right, somebody's maybe precipitating that stress for you and making you feel like you're bound and you're blindfolded and you can't see your way out of any types of bondage. Following the Eight of Swords here, but let me still just clarify here. Why is the Eight of Swords here? And I always say if any court card shows up here, it could just now one or two things could just indicate it's you that's experiencing that Eight of Swords energies, or it's someone else. All right. Why is the Eight of Swords here? What is the fear? What is the worry? What is the concerns? Give us a little bit more information. All right, so Scorpio, giving you my best impression with the card up next could be money. It's money. Even though we got a good money card with the Six of Pentacles, this is even, keep in mind, I'm not using the King of Pentacles to read for the rest of your spread. We asked for clarification on that Eight of Swords, so that King of Pentacles is stuck on that Eight of Swords. It's not, falling out into any other area. So I just said that if it's not a person, and it's a court card. So number one, it is could be a work situation, could be having some difficulties, like I mentioned before, with your employers. It could be your scheduling, contracts. It could be some sort of fear or nervousness or anxiety about a possible upcoming promotion, pay raise, bonus money. Okay, so I feel that I'm reading for a Scorpio who may be stressing themselves out, and it could be unnecessary stress, worried about something financial. It's related to money. Following the King of Pentacles here, now we have the Major Arcana, the Chariot. This is positive and strong. So the Major Arcana Chariot shows up here for you for this week. So there is an instance of some sort of rapid change that is about to occur for you. It may occur this week, and it's always, related to something positive. So Scorpio, you guys may be traveling this week. Again, if you're safe to and from. We do have the money card, the Six of Pentacles, but like I said before, the King of Pentacles is just for that clarification of the Eight of Swords. Someone could still be thinking about purchasing a vehicle, or there may be some Scorpios who, have to take their car in for some sort of minor or major repairs. I equate the Chariot with that of the Star card, of course. So, it could be just a regular engagement or a greater engagement in any social energies that you use. What else can I say about the Chariot? This is also, too, a card of hoping for something, wishing for something being fulfilled or manifested. That's part of the Star card's energies: hope, wishes, and dreams becoming fulfilled. So we have the Major Arcana, the Chariot here. So again, this is a very positive card to receive in your spread. Up next, now another positive card is the Lovers. All right, so you can't get no better than that, or can you? The Lovers here, when the Lover shows up in your spread, it usually means, because it's a card that I regard as, everybody is on the same page, seeing eye to eye with one another. That could be, romantic partners, family members, business partners. The Lovers always comes in to sort of squash any types of energy or conflicting energy that you may have with, especially with other people. Okay, not necessarily within yourself, but with other people. All right, so the Lovers has the strong, distinct ability to not only formulate business partnerships, Scorpio, but the Lovers can come forth and formulate romantic partners as well as platonic friendships. So, I see just spending good quality time with those people who are closest to you. That would be the Lovers. Following the Lovers here, and it also mirrors over here to the Four of Cups: family, romantic partners, friends, having a grand time, socializing, and all of the above. Four of Wands this is a card that is representative of happiness. Okay, again, celebrations. The Four of Cups is about celebration. So here's another card that would warrant celebrations. Celebrations could be um, engagements, proposals. It could be someone getting married. Could be, like a couple deciding to take their relationship a step further. And that could be through any means of an engagement, proposal, or actually the final step in terms of marriage. For other Scorpios I'm reading for, it could be that, you want to someone's deciding or wanting to move in with, a friend. Someone could be deciding to move in with a family member. It's always the shared happiness inside a structure of a building. However, I also read the Four of Wands as someone may be seriously considering relocating or moving to a different area, whether or not that institutes any types of purchases of land or property. All right, that's the Four of Wands. Like the Four of Cups, celebrations, birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, but it goes deeper: engagements, proposals. All right, relocating to a different area, thinking about moving. Up next is the major arcana, the Hermit. This is just usually neutral energy in terms of how I read. Of course, it's read um, properly by some form of detaching, wanting to spend some quiet time alone. Doesn't necessarily mean you want to isolate yourself. It just means that maybe you just need to pull back a little bit and think about some things. If you have some things to think about, the lantern that he holds is always the perspective, the light at the end of the tunnel. So you're not going to stay in this situation too long, even if it's just taking a step back to catch up reading a book, or just wanting to spend those quiet moments by yourself so that you can gather your own thoughts, um, and no one can come through to disturb that. Okay, that's simply what that hermit means for me. And if you do have to do some sort of soul searching, whether or not it's on a superficial level or a serious level, you're going to arrive at the answers that you sought, from within. Following that, now we have the what do we have here? Seven of Swords. I had to count the swords. Seven of Swords is always, as I call it, those people from your past that you have already disconnected yourself from. Distance yourself from family members, disconnected from friends, and this is ex romantic partners. Now, whenever the Seven of Swords shows up in your spread, Scorpio, doesn't mean that they're physically around, but the energy of them could be lingering. So that always proposes them having to resurface and trying to, you know, um, push back into your life to create more chaos for you and conflicting energies. Just know to trust your intuition when these people have the tendency to reappear or resurface, that they're not going to change anything that they um, didn't change when you had some sort of dealings with them. So just know that. Okay. Also, too, if it's not any of that or what I just said to you, Scorpio, then it could be that for some Scorpios, material things seem to resurface. Things that you thought you lost, thought misplaced or something, put down and forgot about it, and then all of a sudden it reappears or resurfaces. Following the Seven of Swords, here now we have the Judgment card, Major Arcana. Things that are hidden in the dark come to the light. Some things that you discover about yourself that you didn't know before could be positive or negative, Scorpio. Some things that you discover about others that you didn't know before could be positive or negative. There is an instance of spiritual energy as well as protection for many Scorpios that I'm reading for. This is the energy that comes forth from the Judgment card. Also, there may be something that you move forward with that you didn't have an opportunity to move forward with in the past, maybe because of the lack of resources or whatever the energy that prevented you from doing what you needed to do back then. This is the opportunity to move forward with that, and that's the Judgment card. Also, too, the energy of the Judgment card is to make sure that you maintain a positive aspect of your own energies and also maintain a positive aspect in terms of your interactions with other people. This card still represents karma. What you put out there, Scorpio, is what you're going to get back, whether it's positive or negative, but we want to accentuate the positive here. All right, so up next here for you, Scorpio, now we have the Two of Brooms. Two of Brooms is simply what you're waiting for, who you're waiting for. In this case, you could be waiting for a phone call. This is my only timing card. Waiting for a new relationship. It could be business, romantic, platonic. But this energy of, oh, if this is my only timing card, I always say whoever it is, whatever it is that you're waiting for, 2 days or 2 week period of time. But keep in mind the movement card of the Chariot is here, and that propels the energy of what was slowness or slow moving or stagnant for you, now things become, start to pick up. So that could be a relationship because the number two represents two people involving a relationship. Again, underneath the lovers. If you thought that you were in a relationship and it was moving not as fast as you would have liked it to move, then um, be surprised this week because things are going to pick up. That could be for any Scorpio that I'm reading for in terms of a project or a phone call that you may have been waiting for, something to arrive in the mail. It's coming. All right. Additional messages here for you, Scorpio. We're going to toss the Wheel of Fortune. So you got the Wheel of Fortune here. So you have luck on your side all week, Scorpio. This is my card of fate and destiny. So you could be out and about and, of course, stumble across something that you were fated or destined to have. Now, that could be a relationship. That could be a business opportunity. That could be a job offer, whatever it is. This is the type of energy that is expressed normally out of the Wheel of Fortune. Whatever was unfortunate for you may turn around and be fortunate for you moving forward. This is one of my big money cards here. So if you're the Scorpio that I'm reading for, that's into risk taking and playing the lottery, going to casinos, just play responsibly because the Wheel of Fortune is that big money card. All right, so up next here for you, Scorpio, is the Nine of Swords. Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Nine of Swords wants to appear. This is a card that always represents an extreme amount of overthinking. That overthinking, Scorpio, could be involving a situation, person, or event, having to deal with some sort of conflicting energies that have yet to come to some sort of resolve, or you have yet to resolve that energies if it's involving you from your past or your distant past, recent past to your distant past. This is a high degree of, worry, nervousness, tension, depression. Usually regard the Nine of Swords as some sort of pain and suffering, and some of that pain and sufferance could be done in silence. Maybe there's something that's going on here that's created some sort of energy here for you. I also read the Nine of Swords is that if it doesn't express itself directly towards you this week, then it may be that you know somebody um, that you are connected with, and this persons could be incarcerated, in prison, behind bars, or some sort of blockage going on. Seeking some sort of relief here through that Nine of Swords, through any forms of prescription medication for high anxiety, depression, um, non-prescription medication. That could be abuse of alcohol. It could be, weed smoking, smoking cigarettes. Again, whatever is going to help you through the days and the nights of this Nine of Swords energies. But let's throw a card here, and the typical meanings here. Um, Scorpio from this card. It just relates to betrayals, affairs, being cheated on, being ashamed of something. It could be physical abuse, mental abuse, psychological abuse, energy that comes in from others towards you, and maybe it's created some sort of conflicting energies that you have yet to resolve, and it's resolving. I'm sorry, it's involving, not resolving, it's involving other people. This energy could be stressed out to Scorpios that I'm reading for in the workplace environment. Definitely any types of energies related to the community. Okay, but why is the Three of Swords here? Why did it show up in Scorpio spread? So I'm gonna give you my best impression with this card here. If it's a court card, then again, it could be the court card representing you and having to definitely feel the impact or dealing with the energies of the Nine of Swords. But also, the court card could represent the person who may have created the conflicting energies or unresolved conflicts for you. All right, so we have the Knight of Cups, and it's about a roast. Yeah, it's about a relationship. Damn. Okay. So I said if a court card shows up here, Scorpio, this is why I like tarot because tarot is very direct, but some people just don't like to hear the messages. But that's okay. I'm still going to put out the messages that I feel, um, that may be surrounding you and whatnot. I feel that the Nine of Swords being clarified by this Nine of Cups is definitely for a Scorpio who is either dealing with some sort of unresolved conflicting energies from possibly a past relationship. Maybe the past relationship, or you have moved past the relationship, but you're still having to deal with not settling the score or having to arrive at some sort of peace involving that disconnect or that breakup. Remember, the Seven of Swords is in the spread as well. People from your past, and that which could be including, exes, right? Specifically, the Nine of Cups is about those romantic partnerships, people who are already in romantic partnerships. We're not extending this energy out here to your reading. We asked to clarify that Nine of Swords. I spoke of if a court card showed up here, and lo and behold, this court card happens to represent love and relationships. So I feel that there's some energy, or somebody's dealing with having to resolve with a relationship that they could be currently still involved with, um, but it's making them feel some type of way. Um, Maybe it's the things that I mentioned before, that someone is cheating on you, someone is abusing you, someone is having an affair, someone's betrayed you, someone has lied to. All of that stuff falls into the play of the Nine of Cups that clarifies that Nine of Swords. This is where the overthinking, the nervousness, the tension, unresolved energy is taking place. And I feel it's with a romantic partnership. All right, so that was the clarifier. Let me just throw the last card here for you, Scorpio. And we're going to finish off with the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles just simply means that you're holding on tight to something that needs to be released and let go, whatever that energy may be for you. It doesn't always have to be involving love and affection towards someone, or someone could be directly withholding some sort of love or affection towards you. For some Scorpios I'm reading for, this still could be a minimum pay raise coming through, saving up for something greater. All right, so this is what I have for you this week, Scorpio. Just remember, again, me interpreting these messages, always take what's going to work for you and leave the rest alone. Um, I just happened to catch the Four of Wands mirroring over to the Lovers. Okay, and also the Lovers, I mentioned about the Four of Cups. That could be someone getting married, someone getting proposed or engaged. Could be, that couple that I had just spoke about, taking their situation a step further and decide just to move in with one another, or, get engaged, get proposed, have a marriage. Interesting. Anyway, you guys have a safe, great week ahead. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Once again, welcome any new subscribers to my channel. I definitely appreciate you. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, Scorpio, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao.